Hey Pisces. I'm sorry, I sure did have to go get me some chocolate. I am telling you, this technology stuff, and it's not that I'm bad at technology, it's having to get creative and work with what I currently have, being that we just moved into a new place. So, you know, waiting for the internet, etc. And then, even if I wanted to do it on non-live, hardly any, well, I don't know about cameras because I don't own one because they're so good on phones now. I don't see the reason, but now I'm starting to see the reason if you're gonna run a internet-based program, I guess you could call it. It's probably a good idea to invest in a side camera. I did notice that, here I'm going on a tangent that has nothing to do with it, but I just feel like it would help, you know, maybe someone might drop a line for advice or something, but I did notice that my LG video camera does let you pause. So if you gotta get up and do something and you're doing it live, you can pause and then come back or whatever. Or you don't have to do the video live and you can pause instead of having to go back and edit all of it live, which the cool thing about live is y'all get to see the ridiculousness and bloopers that are technically supposed to be the funny part. It's at the end of a thing. Oh, no, don't rip that. Oh, dear Lord, no. Okie dokie. We're going to move that over here. Okay, I don't know. That's my fault. I didn't see that one coming. Got a little visitor down here. Little mama's boy. Anyways, so let's hop into y'all's reading. We got the pre-shuffle and, you know, message from the spirit out. And so I think we are ready, Pisces. I'm super, super, super excited to see what the cards are gonna show. Alright, so I'm gonna start with this. This deck, I have so many, you know, and I know some people talk shit and say, you know, some people just get cards to collect them. You only need one deck. I don't feel that that's true at all. Yes, I do feel that I collect them, absolutely. But I feel that every deck has different energy, different symbolizations, and also different personalities, you know? You have to take into consideration the personalities you're working with. Some people like the fluffy, rainbowy stuff, and some people like the more rough around the edge stuff, you know? But it was a bummer. It's like when I first got it and I was, you know, blessing it, cleansing it, and I had sprayed my Florida water and didn't realize it caused like a couple of the cards to stick together, so it damaged them. It really only damaged like one really bad, and I happened to have a deck that I didn't have the full deck too, so I just like taped that over it. And I still can't find it in my heart to let them go because I just love it. It's the Witch's Tarot deck, and I love it. I mean, I love all my decks, but I just love this one. And it's so interesting because I heard another person who does readings say that their same type of deck got ruined as well, and they were bummed out. And I'm not one for believing in coincidences, so I thought that was interesting. However, I don't feel anything negative about it. So, anyways, so this is the general reading for my Pisces. Again, Spirit, we want to thank you for being with us, and I lift my Pisces up to you and ask and thank you in advance for any messages that you have for Pisces or anybody that happens to be watching the channel. Thank you. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna pull these out, Pisces, and then like look at them, and then we'll go over them. Now for this first part, I was just needing one card, but we got 3, which actually, you know, Spirit says take it. And actually, honestly, that's been happening in a lot of signs, and I think that's because of this huge shift that we've gone through, and all these awakenings, ascensions, just a lot of energy going on. So, you know. Thank you, Spirit, for being so communicative. Are you going to use the bandages? Communicative, see? They want to give us 2. 2 to 3, I think's fair enough, you know. I mean, I'll draw bandages if I have them for you. You need to calm your breathing down. You need to calm your breathing. So let's do it like this. So when we get our clarifiers, make it just a little bit easier on us. Okay. Those are going together. Oh yeah, is that so, my dear? God bless you. Gesundheit. God bless you. Gesundheit. Hey, you want my pillow real quick? Ah, there you go. There you go. You're being such a good honey bunny. Let's see, what can the honey bunny play with? Do you want the, where's the heart of, oh, the computer's on it. Well, we don't want to go touching that. Hi, you want the singing bowl?
Come here, bro, come here. There's a campfire.
Which we didn't do for Pisces. I apologize. I'm not really consistent, and I should be, with the singing bowl because it is very important. But sometimes if, you know, the little one's sleeping, I can't do it. Since he's awake and he's wanting to play with it, we'll go ahead and... Oh, so beautiful. And it's still gone. Such awesome, confident sound, Pisces. And I'm really picking that up in February for y'all. And y'all are pretty confident already. But I'm just really picking up an extra sense of that. Or maybe it's more of like an assertiveness that I'm getting. Oh, I want to move that up, but if that falls over, I just feel like it needs to be a little... And there that goes, of course, that would happen. Okay. Well... doesn't really matter, being that it was saying it was too dead to record anyways. Let's see if it still is. Nope. Okay. Just in case, back up. Because I know any reader will agree with me, like when you put 1.5 to 2 hour reading out and that shit disappears or something like that, it's not so happy. Okay, so alright. Oops. Yeah, these ones are just wanting to talk. Alright, so see, I mean that's how connected me and this deck are. You know, I love it. Oh, and again, this one wanted to hold 2 as well. Yeah, a lot going on, Pisces. You're just all up in the rivers, the lakes, the ocean. You are just flowing and visiting depths, places of those places you had not known about yet. And that's where you're gonna find this. And almost like it's a treasure that's gonna be found. Okay. So we have 2. And I think I'm going to, as much as I love this deck, I like to switch it up. Everyone has their own way. And honestly, it's just what I do what Spirit says. It's my boss. It's my everything, you know. It's through them that I can do this for y'all. So, ugh. I know that's the card. Did I take that? I know that card wants to come out, but then it got stuck. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Oh, and we got 2. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Oh, and 2 again. I don't know if you know about this, Pisces, or if it's familiar to you, but synchronicities. Right now is a wonderful time to pay attention to synchronicities. I know that I get them a lot. I personally asked for them, which you can do and you should do. I mean, I think that the divine would still show them, but if you actually ask for the divine to give you signs or show you synchronicities, you'll notice them more, whether it's numbers or something in a song, the lyrics make you feel some type of way, and you think of something, that's just not random, that's spirit. Or if you see some type of sign that's like a literal sign that says something, and again, it makes you feel some type of way, like, could spirit be saying that to me? Like, I know one for me that I get a lot, and it always seems to tie in reference to a particular person that's in my life, is 9/11, and there'll always be like police cars, ambulance, EMS around. I still haven't quite figured out what the tie is to that, but I've figured out as much as it only shows up referring directly to that person. So it's interesting. So if you're seeing 2s, Pisces, that means something. And you know, Google it, check it out online, check out numerology. It's interesting. Better yet, I would look at not just the numerology, but I would look at the angel numerical messages. That's what I pay attention to. But really, with your energy and what's going on in this ascension, the 2 makes sense, because that's about choices, that's about, and they could be different for everyone, but choices and kind of trying to find an equal balance. Okay, so oh. Oh yeah, this came out in y'all's pre-shuffle. Oh. And there's 2 with it. I'm telling you, I am not even playing, not even doing this on purpose, y'all. Okay, so bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands, Unity. And being that that has to do with relationships, yeah, Pisces, you really have, there's definitely gonna be a spark in you. I mean, I feel like you've been knowing for some time that there's an important decision that has to be made. I think that you've realized and identified in your life the things, persons, sorry, that no longer serve your higher good. And you're really starting to, and it's coming up, Pisces, as this curious energy. It's not like a pros and cons, if I do, if I don't. It's like you're looking on the other side of the fence of the decision, and you're getting really curious because, like I said earlier in the video, you're going to end up finding out that something pops up in the month of February that is nothing you expected yourself to do, but has such an amazing, I mean, it's a beautiful energy, Pisces, as far as you finally get to feel like you again. There's no masks you have to put on for certain people, you know, and I get that. We all have to do that, because if we were to be our authentic selves 100% of the time, we wouldn't survive. You know, authenticity is huge, important. It's definitely a key thing in this spiritual awakening and or ascension for some people, and this shift is, you know, authenticity, self-love, you know, getting back to the organic ways of humanity. It's just gotten so out of control. And those that can be helped in finding their light and willing to find their light, being open-minded and having this curiosity that you are, I say is so beautiful, because the more people that do that and the more people that let their light show, the more people see them and start to be like, well, if he or she can do it, You know, maybe I can do it. And you start to give those people permission to shine their own light. And we all have different gifts, ways of healing people, helping people, and doing that. And yours is going to be something that is so big, like I said, something you would never, like if someone were to ask you, even right now maybe, hey, they could tell you the exact scenario, would you consider this blah blah blah, it would be like an instant no from the flesh, from the mind. But to your spirit, like once it kind of gets a smell of that in the air, it's very curious. It's like, wait a minute. Because Pisces know authenticity very well. They know the real shit from the knockoffs, okay? And you know that this smell ain't no knockoff. It's the real deal. And you're like, wow, maybe I did have it twisted and I need to go smell some more of that or smoke some more of that. Just joking. But I don't know, I just find it kind of cute and playful, like how much it's displaying this like childlike curiosity, and you'll see what I mean. I'm just looking at the cards that were kind of underneath it to see, you know, how it continues a little bit, you know, picking up a little bit more of the energy before I actually clarify and pick up more energy, to be honest. So anyways, and let me get a clarifier deck. Clarifier deck. Okay, Pisces, so I'm just going to shuffle. I'm going to use these for clarifiers as we go over the cards that came out for y'all. So, which we got, well, there's only one of them that 3 came out. And that just means that, you know, wow, this one's already trying to have one come out. I'm not even... Wow, that's interesting. I wasn't planning... See, Spirit does amazing things. I wasn't planning on pulling a card yet. I was just going to shuffle them as we talked. But I was just talking about this, and it's the 8 of Earth. Sorry about the glare. And it talks about how skilled work is rewarded and learning all there is to know about a topic. And he's got like books stacked up. He's got these like lit up wings, but yet you could tell it's like he's in the flesh too. So seriously, like, I mean, even this picture's depicting, Pisces, what I was talking about. You know, see how he looks like he's in the flesh, and the wings are kind of transparent, and it's a little difficult to see, kind of transparent, but are attached to him because something has caught his curiosity, and because it's something that it just never was an option, something he considered doing. He's researching everything, checking every T, dotting every I about it to be sure that he's sure that he's sure that this is authentic. And then he's willing to invest in it, you know? Oh, maybe that's why it popped up, because I didn't pull an out. I was gonna pull one more card. Yeah, one more card. Oh, that's why, because I was going to do that last card as, hold on one second. Honey, you keep getting off your pillow. Oh, keep getting off your pillow. What's happening? Okay, and to the final outcome of all this, because it's so filled with passion and a love for something, and I felt drawn to it. Or actually, these are more, well, no, Spirit's saying go for it. Okay, so this last card that I didn't pull yet, and that's probably why that one flung out, but the reason I didn't pull it is because I was planning on using a whole separate deck for that last card, to kind of sum it up. And so, you know, this card flew out, which was something I was just talking about. Because, yeah, you're going to be ready and willing to jump right in full speed, but you can bet your ass that you're going to friggin' find out everything you can and research that shit. Alright, Pisces. That is an energy I was picking up with y'all as well. And when we get, I'll do, if we don't get much love in this what we have right here in clarifiers, I will do a quick you and another person. Basically, what you want, what they want, what you need, what they need, how you see them, how they see you, and whatever is possibly a challenge in the middle. And I usually do an oracle and a tarot with that. Just to give you a brief look into that, because love is a huge, huge important thing in our life, as is with everything else. But I do remind people that love readings aren't always about intimate partners, okay? Love readings are going to be, I mean, yes, most of the time they are, because that's our intent, and Spirit doesn't mind giving that to us. But if there's something like family, co-worker, friend, etc., that there's some sort of similar tie to, then that may be what comes up, like a platonic kind of love. And I can even ask that first, like maybe draw a particular card for platonic and then any type of intimate relationship, because I know that's important to a lot of people. But remember, and I know it's cliche, I hated hearing it all the time too. You gotta love yourself before you can ever love anybody else. Gotta love yourself. Trust me, it was like, are you done yet? Y'all are beating a dead horse. Like, we get it. We may not do it, but we get it, okay? But we also all have needs. We also get vulnerable. We're also human. So love is love, but love does not hurt. That's what people don't realize. Love isn't what hurts. That's why you should never regret a relationship that you were in, that you felt love, because you felt that love for a reason. But it's the rejection, the dishonesty, the cheating, addictions, it could go on and on of things. Those are the things that hurts because you love so much. But love itself does not hurt. Okay, so moving along. So going into your main energy, Pisces. Now, another thing to remember when we do the tarot, and this is why I love this one particular deck, because it does only use one gender, and that's female. Yeah, I know that's not the greatest for males, but it helps people to remember that not to get caught up on the gender that is within the card. Now, if I'm getting the message and I'm feeling that, yeah, this is a person, this is a man or woman, like, I'll say it. And if I feel like it's more of the energy, then I'll say it. Okay? Because, you know, and for some reason that really bothers people. Like, they're like, I'm a female. I don't want to be called the King of Cups. Why doesn't it show me as the Queen of Cups? Well, it's just not how we're working with energy here, okay? So it's either picking up an actual person or it's picking up the energy. Oh, my back's so nervous. It's picking up the energy of that person or that situation. And so the main energy I'm getting with you, Pisces, is going from basically, okay, with this King of Pentacles right here, okay, I mean, you got this shit down, you're comfortable, you have all your material needs met, you're satisfied, even if there's a hiccup here or there, like, you're the king, you know how to straighten it out, okay? So, and the king, you know, is pretty high up, so he's pretty stuck in that lifestyle. And being that it is the Pentacles, you know, that's really like material things. of the world, you know, and earth. Like, for y'all, you know, I'm picking up like money or whatever type of hustle you got going on. You've been doing it for a while, so you know it. You could do it with your eyes closed, doing backward flips in the middle of the night, okay? But then we have the death card coming in. And now I'm seeing why these three cards were brought out together, because I don't think there's a card that could have showed all this in one card. But this is definitely your main energy. And so what this is showing me is you're going from one type of lifestyle, right? You're going from one type of lifestyle over here, and to me this is a little bit of an ego death, and also you realizing that all this shit that you thought you needed to feel complete inside isn't. And I feel strongly that that is connected to what I talked about before, this newfound infatuation with something, curiosity in something that you never thought you would do. You just didn't. So, because then following that, we got the Queen of Swords, okay? And this is one of those situations where I'm telling you that I feel this is still your energy. Okay, just because it's the Queen does not mean it can't be you. What I feel is, you know, you get this newfound, and for the sake of the rest of the reading, I'm just going to say attraction. But however it resonates, okay? You get this newfound attraction, and you realize, like I said before I even pulled the reading, what Spirit told me ahead of time. And I take those notes, that you realize, because you can see very clearly, this is the Queen of Swords. That is very, I mean, and yeah, you can see very clearly that the current lifestyle you have, if you even want the slightest chance in a possibility at this, that you are very, very much interested in. Like, it's not something that someone just brought up and it's like, oh, that's cool, bro. Like, no, this caught your attention, like, and sparked some kind of attraction, desire, motivation in you, where you're just like, I want that. That's what I want. You can finally say, that's what I want. That's truly what I feel is gonna make me my authentic self. Versus this King of Pentacles. Not to say you were not an authentic person, but were you an authentic person to yourself? I mean, let's be honest here. If you're the king of things of this world, The answer is no, Pisces, because we are not of this world. But, you know, yes, we do need things of this world to survive. So you have a little bit of an ego death, but at the same time, and if you notice in the death card, there's this sweet little boy, and he's handing a bouquet of roses up to death on the horse. He's not afraid at all. Again, I feel this energy like another kind of synchronicity or symbol into what I'm trying to express to you. Because think about it, like, what little kid, he looks about 7-ish, is gonna take a bouquet of flowers and hand it to some scary looking dude up there who is death? Okay? And I feel like this card has, you know, a couple symbolizations for messages for you, Pisces. Like, that's how different this new attraction is gonna feel to you. Like this little kid giving death a bouquet of fresh flowers in confidence. He's happy to do it. He's caring and compassion no matter what. And then you're coming into this, you know, so you do it. You let that ego die. You accept that there's things you're gonna have to change about your current living situation, lifestyle, something to do with your environment or home or living situation, maybe even job, position, something like that. You understand that you're gonna have to take it down a notch. Which we then get this Queen of Swords energy, okay? So, like I said, everyone has masculine and feminine energy, but this Queen of Swords is very focused, very mentally sharp, very knowledgeable.
Wait, what? See, this guy's trash right here.
You know, comfortable in her own skin and grounded. I mean, if you look at it, she's on a chair. The back of her is on a freaking cliff. But if you look at her eyes, she has no fear. She has one or possibly more motives, intentions, desires in mind, that the possibility of falling off a cliff behind her is little compared to the reward that she can sharply and clearly see in front of her. And she's tossing, oh wait, is that something on the card? Oh yeah, that's just something on the card. Okay. But you know, and she's even got her hand out like this. Like she's waiting to receive because she knows, or you know, he or she knows that special little, again, another symbol, this little little ball of light that's like a little fairy from the divine. Just extra confirmation, you know? She knows it's coming. And it's interesting because if you look at these two, like you look at the king and he's actually staring at the pentacle. Okay? It's like he has to keep looking at that to feel his confidence. He's got to feel it, touch it, count it. You know, never take his eyes off of it type of thing. And then going into this energy with this newfound thing of she's not looking at her sword. She's looking at whatever's in front of her. That she made the choice to let a little bit of the ego die, let a part of the lifestyle that was no longer serving you for your better good, and moving forward. And that's a beautiful thing, Pisces. I mean, that is, I really truly give y'all just, how do I want to say? I mean, I want to give y'all a big hug for that, because that's not an easy thing to do. But that is helping you fall less in love with people or things and more in love and confident in yourself, which will then only bring more abundance, and you'll notice things that serve your higher good just come a lot more easily than they used to. Like, it'll baffle you. You know, it's almost like I hear y'all saying, like, oh my God, you know what it took me to have to get this when I was in that place, and now it just comes to me like this, and all I had to do was just make this almost seemingly effortless choice, because it's going to be something that doesn't necessarily involve like having to have a lot of money. It's going to be something like that money can't buy, or it's going to give you something that money can't buy. It can't be bought. It can't be bought. It can only be prayed for, asked for, meditated on, putting the intention in to manifest it, and asking the divine to support you, and then their acceptance. I mean, that's how that type of energy works. Now I want to clarify this next card that came up, because it's the Six of Cups in reverse. And it's in a position of a type of like obstacle or blockage or challenge that you may have in the month of February with all that's going on. And I'm just confused about it being in the reverse. I mean, it makes sense that it's in the reverse, being that it is an obstacle. Actually, I think I'm hearing it. I think I got it. But I'm gonna still pull a clarifier.
What do we get out of the kills?
So what I'm getting from this is, so the Six of Cups is about memories from childhood, people from your past, and, you know, positive times. And the reason, I'm going to clarify it, but after I said that and hearing spirit, the reason I feel that this is coming in reverse for you as like a challenge or a blockage or an obstacle, Pisces, is because there's quite a bit of trauma or pain attached to your childhood. You know, seeing the upright, how there are two kids just in the sunlight, filling up their cups with water and flowers, just very happy memories. But it's in reverse. And to me, as a reader, what I'm picking up from spirit is that whatever this is that is being manifested by the divine and you, you're being challenged by some triggers from childhood trauma or pains, you know, whether it was a family member telling you you were never gonna amount to anything, or maybe a family member that left you behind and you grew up with a single parent, or hold on, I'm getting low battery and we don't want that. Oh, and since this ran out of storage, then that other one ran out of storage, I can plug this in over here, because we don't need you anymore. Other camera, the only one that has a pause button, but always runs out of storage, even though I've deleted practically everything on it. Sorry for the background noise. Fortnite is a very serious thing, y'all. I'm so sorry about this. I'm just trying to get a message across. Shit. What's a girl gotta do? Okay. Oh my lord. My child's. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, now I gotta shift it, because, oh my goodness. It never fails. I just want to get through a reading, have it go smoothly. Oh, I just need the internet to get, I just need to get the internet. Once I get the internet, I got my computer. we're good to go. But using the data on my phone and then trying to handle stuff on the side, it ain't so easy, but that's okay. So anyways, and yeah, I'm gonna clarify this, but yeah, I feel like those pains or traumas, or or maybe it was being bullied. It doesn't have to necessarily have to do with your family. Just something about, and it doesn't even have to be something huge, but it's just something about your childhood memories that when you go about and oh wow, this is interesting. Okay. When you go about this change, it triggers that. Okay. And we just got the clarifier, the 4th fire. Okay. And that's all about a stable, happy home life. So, remember, this is a general reading, Pisces. But honestly, like, what I'm strongly feeling is that a lot of you have been going through hard shit, have been going through it ever since you were too young to even have to go through it. So that just became a way of life to you. And you're like, you know what? Like, fuck everybody else. I'm doing me. I'm one deep. And that's how I'm gonna stay. And making an oath to protect myself, to be my own provider. Because that way, if I build that wall up, I don't ever have to worry about anybody taking shit from me or breaking my heart. And as much as I said in the beginning, when I kept saying the word attraction and I was trying to emphasize, this doesn't mean that it's love, but honestly, what I'm feeling, and with the Queen coming up, is that, and the divine is behind this trying to heal this trauma and negative perceptions that you have on commitment, having a family, trusting that the person you choose to spend the rest of your life with, possibly raise children with, be your main rider, they're not ride or die, and then with some other dudes or chicks in the back seat, like, they're real, like, and you've been, like, you built that wall up so thick, Pisces, that, and that's not to say that you haven't, had little things here and there, but the whole commitment, like, even if it's just actually being in a relationship or moving in together or getting engaged or getting involved with someone who has kids or you have kids and bringing a new person around them, like, was just like no go, no go, because as long as I just do me, everything's safe. But that's not healthy. That's not how we're meant to live. And so you got the Six of Cups in reverse, but you got the Four of Fire upright, which again, I really think you're gonna do this. Like, you're opening, I mean, you may even to the point where you're seeing certain shit in your dreams. And things are like reminding you as you go about your day in the outside world. It's been on your mind a lot where you're like, I'm not getting any younger, and maybe I don't want to be just me and fuck everybody else. Maybe I do want someone who appreciates me, who encourages me, who compliments me as a person. And I mean that in the sense of verbal compliments and, you know, when they say, oh, you guys compliment each other, like you just go together so well. Like peanut butter and jelly, they complement each other because they taste so good when they're put together, you know, I don't know. But, because this card says contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Like, you saw something, felt something, like I said, got that smell like a shark smells blood of something, and you knew it was real. And for the first time in a long time, you were actually not in this frame of mind, but like this, as this slowly dies. And then this slowly rises. Wow, Pisces, y'all's is deep. Y'all's is deep. Y'all's is deep. I asked for that water though. Something just told me, I'm like, I need me some Pisces today. I need some water. So, and you're gonna do it. And I think you already know who you're gonna do it with. I'm not sure if it'll come up in this reading, but in your pre-shuffle, like I said, the soulmate did come up. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy, y'all. I have the, like, notes pulled up. Oh my gosh. This is blowing me away. I mean, I love when this type of shit happens, but it blows me away for a minute. I know it's real, but when you really experience it, it's like, oh, holy shit, I love it. I had my notes pulled up in Word document for y'all's readings that I was getting from Spirit, which I was just talking about. That's why I looked up at it, because the soulmate did come out in y'all's pre-shuffle. Wasn't sure if it would in this one or not. And then as I look up, it's like something must have been hit it somehow, and it's like 4 all the way across the screen. Like no joke. Like here, I can show y'all. I don't know if you can see that because I can't see, but yeah, I didn't do that. I for sure did not do that. And 4 is about, I mean, I'm holding it in my hand, the 4 of Fire. You know, 4 is about a solid foundation, laying the stakes, and building a family and a stable home life. It's unity. That's so beautiful. You know, that 6 of Cups in reverse worried me, but what a I can't even talk. That's awesome. That makes me so happy, Pisces. And I'm just, you know, because people are getting some tough shit in their readings right now because of the energy we're in. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We need dark for light, and we need light for dark. And the hard shit is what helps us grow and ascend spiritually. So moving forward, and I will make it my personal oath to you, Pisces, that I will provide you with a housewarming gift when y'all get there, because I'm excited for you. Alright, so moving on. So we have this blockage of you know, something to do with your childhood and it affecting you know, you wanting to really truly settle down with someone and have an actual family. I'm not talking about just dating someone or whatever. Like, truly open your heart to letting somebody love you, you loving them back, you loving yourself. And I have a feeling, like I said, I feel most of you probably already know this person. Some of you may not. But I don't feel like you're in contact, because honestly I feel like Spirit could have caused something to pull y'all apart. That wasn't necessarily that left any hard feelings, but it was something enough to give each of you how do I want to say it, like the separation from each other to so y'all can work on finding love for yourselves, so that way when y'all are back in union, you know, something happens and y'all are hanging out more, around each other more, you guys both have that self-love. And with self-love, that's when the divine gives us our true soulmate, our keeper, our other half. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they got it fucking twisted, because Spirit is not gonna give you your soulmate before you love yourself. I mean, you know, and like I said, I mean, you can hook up with people and whatever, but as far as true, genuine, authentic, like, this is the real deal shit. And it's gonna bring, oh, I can just feel it, you know? Yeah, you feel things when you do readings like this, but when you're a highly empathic person, you can actually feel the feeling. And it's like, I just want to stay in this feeling forever. I'm like, can I borrow it, Pisces? Just for like a week to recuperate from the nonsense I've been going through. Although I am Pisces moon, so hey, I got some of the energy, and maybe that's why I'm tuning into it as in depth as I am, on top of, you know, my intuition and whatnot, connection to spirit, all that good stuff. Anyways, so, my videos always end up so long. I hope y'all don't mind. I mean, I do talk a lot, and I try to make it a goal every time to make them shorter, but I don't know. I just feel like when I'm channeling, and this is the job Spirit's given me to do. So I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm going to do it, you know? Yeah, maybe, you know, further on down the line, you know, after, you know, any donations I get from readings, maybe I'll do what other people do and put an extended version on Venmo for a price, but honestly, I don't really feel like this isn't about money to me. Yes, we need money to survive, especially when you're a one-income household. And other people use their passions to get money. So really it's no different. But that's why I say all my readings that I do, like individually, are donation based, because everybody is in a different position financially and just can't afford the same, but they still deserve the message. They still deserve the message, and at the end of the day, that's my job, is to deliver. And I'm not sure why I'm talking about this, but I'm sure it's for some reason. Whenever I'm channeling, there never is something brought up out of mistake or just talking too much. So yeah. So I know, so long as I provide what Spirit has asked me to do, me and mine will be provided for. It can be scary and stressful at times, but y'all mean so much to me, and I love every single one of you. And trust me, I'm not just saying that. I do. And I can, when it's a general reading, it's a little bit harder. But if somebody like sends something through the chat or whatever, especially because when I went into this, I've been doing this for a long time, but I was doing it individual reading, well, more than just that, but doing individual stuff. I didn't really take the social media approach, so I was kind of conditioned to that. My guides, my higher self were kind of conditioned to that, but I also had an ascension with that and was led to this. So even though, you know, and it bums me out, like I wish that I had the time and money to put all the messages and downloads I get into these videos to just share with the world. But it's like until I'm in a better place financially, I have to give my time into other places that just make me miserable and, you know, just anxious, and you know, we all know about those jobs. You know, we all want to be doing our passion. At the end of the day, that should be your goal. And it always starts with the small steps, right? So, you know, and donations are appreciated. Usually post a link at the bottom. But don't feel pressured. You don't have to. It's my pleasure to do this. For those who truly appreciate it and that it helps. So anyways, enough of that rambling. I don't even know why, but it felt like that was something I was supposed to throw in there. I don't know, maybe it has a connection to do with something that's gonna come up for one of y'all, and you know, you'll be faced with your passion versus a dead-end job and just the stress and ugh that comes from it. I hope so. So anyways, jumping back into this and looking at now, this is another one where two cards came out. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, with the Two of Wands. So, and this was your part of your recent past, Pisces. And it looks like y'all invested a lot into something you cared about. And with the Two of Wands, you had two hard choices to make. You know, and again, and this is probably part of the reason why I love these cards so much, is because I feel like there's always, even if it's down to something so specific to just a person, or it may just seem like it's a person, there'll still be a symbol in there for them. Because look, we have your, this is the Seven of Pentacles upright, okay? This would be like working hard, putting in the work, the time, the effort, and investing in, you know, things of this world, ways to, you know, however you make your money, anything that you're trying to accomplish, but it's coming in reverse. And then what came out with it was the Two of Wands. Okay, and if you look at this picture, he's looking out. Okay, and yeah, this one has it. He sees in the distance that his ship is coming in. It's coming. He can see clearly, just like I said in the beginning. You can see clearly. Whatever this newfound thing is, you can see it clearly. You know what it is. You know how much happiness it can bring you, but you also know how much pain it's caused you or someone you cared about in the past. So he's literally having two choices to make. And I think it's interesting, Pisces, for in your reading that on this side he has the World, which I think resembles your King of Pentacles energy. Like, are you going to choose to stay in focusing on things of this world that you think are serving you for a better good? Or are you gonna choose, and he's got a cat down here. I mean, and I'm hearing in my head, even if you're not a cat person, I love all animals, but you know, I am more of a dog person. But I love all animals, and I keep hearing, a house is not a home without a cat. And that being said, I feel like the cat, not that you're going to get a cat, but the cat resembles that final piece, that final hurdle you gotta jump through, or brick you gotta go crashing through, because a house and a home are two very different things. Anyone can have a house and it can feel cold and empty, but a home is warm, full of love, you and your family, someone to come home to at the end of the day that's not going to bring you down but lift you up, your other half. And so I just find it very interesting. I mean, because like I said, I've used these cards a lot and I've never quite perceived it like this. And that's what's so neat about the tarot, is no matter how many times you see a card, you can perceive different things depending on whatever energy is coming through. And like I said, when that ship comes in, I have a strong feeling. I mean, well, let's clarify just to be sure. I'm feeling these thoughts.
I'm not ready to go till he's gone.
Spirit, can you please clarify more energy surrounding this Seven of Pentacles in reverse and Two of Wands for my Pisces. Diving for light. You're gonna do it, Pisces. Because you are very intuitive, and intuitive people happen to be very, they don't necessarily have to be very, but they understand spirituality. They understand unconditional love, but they also understand severe heartbreak and pain. But in clarifying this recent past for you, you sacrifice that Seven of Pentacles. You sacrifice the material things that you invested in, and you decide to, oh, and then look at that, it's the number 11. Which is, to me, I mean, when I see 11 as a synchronicity, I see it as a very powerful, like, message from the divine spirit, or that they're trying to get me to notice something positive. But 11 can also equal 2, which is about choices, balancing, and you're going for it. Like I said, you're like that shark that smells that blood miles away, and that's what this light is. You see this light miles away, and even though it's completely different than if somebody, like I said, if somebody were to ask you this last month, you'd be like, hell no, like, and something triggered something inside you, and this time you're choosing light versus what's of this world. And it's interesting that she has seahorses. It's interesting that she has seahorses on each side of her, because seahorses are one of those creatures that, like, when they find a mate, they stay together till the end. And also, the male is the one that births the children, and so the little family stays together. And so I think that's a huge, I mean, I love symbols. I really do. I mean, that's what I feel even stronger than hearing something from spirit, is when they show symbols like that. Like, not just the fact that, like, seahorses stay together till the end, but the fact that the male actually carries and gives birth to the babies, I feel like is a symbol showing, like, another confirmation to you that deep down inside you are a family person. You do want a family. You do desire that, you know?
This girl's white, so
And then I was just told to draw another one.
alright.
What you want, Pisces, wants you. What you want wants you. And oh, this is just so beautiful. And she's looking up towards the light. Okay? You want that love and that light and that peace, Pisces. It wants you too. All you have to do is make the choice. And the beautiful thing about it is it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's free will. So those are clarifiers for that. And then, let's see. So, I'm gonna keep these somewhat together. So
An annoying gun, so he can't be annoying anymore and tape his mouth shut with the hardest tape in the world, so he can't take it off.
alright. And then for your distant past, is that, oh, I guess we did have another one with 3. Interesting.
You want to hear a noise I can make? Listen.
Before I speak on that, let me, I want to clarify. That with, do the vice versa deck. Actually, no, something's telling me to go with these still. Oh, let me put these back up. Wow. You got like a 8 of cups, 8 of cups. Interesting. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Spirit, can you clarify this 8 of cups, 9 of pentacles, and sun energy for me regarding Pisces' distant past and how it's playing a part in all this. I thank you in advance, Spirit. Please help show us the message we need to see. Their distant past. Their distant past. Pisces distant past. Okay. Let's clarify this 9, 8 of Cups, and Sun before I speak on it. Clarify. Ooh, this did. Really? No, I'm not taking it seriously. Please clarify. Spirit, give us some more energy surrounding. Okay. So we already have the 8 of Cups confirming itself with itself. These are, it gave me 4 confirmation cards, but I mean, they all seem to make sense with what I was getting from this. So basically, Pisces, you know, looking into your distant past and how this is affecting you getting to the place that better serves you is you were in a position, and I truly want to say, again, this may not resonate with all, but that this was an intimate relationship, okay? And we have the 9 of Cups, fulfillment, okay? So you had this relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be. It could be, you know, it could have been a job. It could have been, I mean, there's several things that it could have been that made you feel fulfilled with that 9 of Cups. And just as you are about to embark on a new journey, and we're feeling, I mean, the cups are all about, you know, our, they're all like about matters of the heart, the domain of the heart and our emotions. So you were literally one place, one time in the distant past, in a place where you literally felt like you were completely fulfilled to the point that you were ready to start a new cycle, like in whatever that meant in taking this up another notch. And you had your whole heart in it, and then all of a sudden we get these two. That was crazy. We get these two. Well, I'll show them to you upright. The 8 of Cups, okay? But we got them reversed. So, all of a sudden you went from that to like just walking away, leaving it all behind. Like, and the divine guided you, you know, and your own intuition guided you. Pisces, the moon is strong for you, and if you look in this one, you know, she's not looking back at these cups. She's just following the stars, you know. Oh, you're welcome, James. Thank you for the thanks. I know my readings are long, but, you know, when I'm channeling, I channel, and I really like to get the messages out there. There's so many different people that come on, whether they're the sign or not. They could be a cross watcher, or they could accidentally just end up on it. And I believe there is no accidents, and that when we do come across something, we're meant to hear it for some reason or another. So I really appreciate that, because it does take a lot of time and energy. And, you know, I was just talking about that a little while ago, is, you know, I see all these other people like doing 10 to 20 minute general readings, and I get that. They keep it very general. But for me, you know, I do individual readings, donation based. Or if somebody, you know, really resonates with the reading that I put out and they want to donate upon their heart, bless their heart. But it's like I was saying earlier, it's not about the money to me. It's about spreading Spirit's word and guidance and light for everyone. But of course, at the end of the day, especially as like a single parent, you know, you appreciate every little bit of money, because even $1 is a lot. And if you're interested in individual reading, I know it's not posted in the description yet, because the way my thing is set up right now, I'm waiting on getting the internet, so I'm having to use my phone. So I do have to do it live. So I then have to go back and edit and add things. I tried to make a default thing. I don't know if it worked or not. I'll have to check. But anyways, I do appreciate that. I mean, hearing thank you is, you know, I feel just as much gratitude as I would receiving money, if not more. Gratitude means a lot to me, and that my time and my channeling through Spirit is something you're grateful for. So anyways, thank you very much, and definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be starting a new series that I've been mentioning in my videos. I've been working really hard on it, and I didn't want to put I wanted to be able to put the whole series up at once, at least for each specific thing. So if people want to binge watch, they can, like Netflix. or some shit. But definitely subscribe and hit the bell so that way when I post a new video, you'll get notified, because this shit I'm starting, I mean, it's gonna be some deep shit, but it's gonna be some lit shit. Like, I have yet to see any other person who, you know, does readings or anything of that sort on here, do this type of work. Thank you, James. Well, I hope to see you in that series, because it's a serious thing, but it's meant for us all to get together, for me to channel, you know, what Spirit's saying, and work with this new energy from the blood moon and this very significant shift we went through. It's just gonna be awesome. I mean, I don't even want to give away any spoilers. So anyway, so let's get back to this, Pisces. So, you know, those like I said, those 9 of Wands that fulfilled you so much to the point that you were ready to take it to the next level, because 9 is about advancing. Because then comes 10, and that's when a new cycle is going to begin. Something bigger, something greater to serve you. But literally, something happened in your distant past where you were like, fuck these cups. I'm walking away. And I may not know where I'm going, but I know where I'm coming from, and it was a complete facade. So I'd rather, you know, walk alone. I'll let my intuition, the moon, symbol of intuition, and the stars, the divine, guide me. And then in this deck, the word quest is at the bottom. So again, signifying leaving that shit behind and going on a quest to re-find yourself or rebuild yourself. And that's where I feel, Pisces, and I think that's why so many cards came up for this, is because I think we just hit the nail on the head as to why your blockage and challenge was as big and deep as it was. Because it was almost like your spiritual awakening or ascension, they are different, was your challenge. And whatever this person did, it was like, you can, in Pisces, you can't be fooled easily, because your intuition and your judge of character is like very in sync with each other. But somehow, some way, they did it. They had you for a second. Just for a second. And then you were like, you know, and butterflies, and this one symbolized transformation. Or did I just say that? I might have just said that. But there's still like a disappointment in her eyes. Like, fuck, how did I let myself get caught up like that? And it got you deep. It got you deep. So that, in connection to, you know, the shit with the childhood stuff, has had you see this whole new blessing that's coming for you. It just had you feel in some kind of way that you had no intentions of ever changing. Because then we all, these cards came out with it, so, interesting. So, and Spirit said take it, you know, because y'all are similar to Gemini. When we love fucking hard, but when we're betrayed, it just does us some kind of way that it's not necessarily making your next pay for your ex type of thing. It's just a natural, I'd rather just stay single in survival mode than ever let somebody make me look a damn fool again and take all the shit I got and use me. And, you know, so in confirmation with that is the Ten of Swords. Finality. Like, you saw that first sign of deception and you cut that shit real quick. Real the fuck quick. And you walked away. But you're also getting the Ten of Pentacles with it, confirming it, which says legacy. So, and to me, I'm feeling like when you were feeling fulfilled for the short time that you were, you manifested something. Now, like, for example, if this was a relationship, maybe you conceived a child with this other person. But they were just ugly and messy and heartless and cold. Or say it was a job. Maybe you started something right before you realized how they were fucking you over and you walked away, and they're, you know, now they're benefiting off of, you know, all the hard work, the fruits and labor of your work that got left behind, you know. And I think that this legacy card holds the key to why it had you so torn up, because it's real. I mean, it's hard to walk away from anything that fulfilled us at one point or another, because there's a part of us that thinks somehow that can come back. But those of us that can be more realistic about it and been through it enough times to know. Awesome, James. I'm so glad that they are. Oh gosh, I just lost my thought. Where? Oh yeah. So, with this Ten of Pentacles, I'm feeling like that's why this hits you so hard, because like I was saying, one, when we have our cups fulfilled, and so many of them fulfilled, like the Eight of Cups, but we make the decision to walk away because we're not trying to fuck with that. Like we've already been down that road, done that dance, like whatever this person did, like it was, you know, just like it says, finality. And I feel like these skulls resemble all the past experiences that have taught you that when someone does that, it's a cycle that's going to repeat. Shit ain't going to change. But a piece of you got left behind that either meant a lot to you or you worked very hard for. Because what and that made you feel some kind of way. That kind of affected you, because it's like, there's no way in hell I'm going back to that job, or there's no way in hell I'm getting back together with that person. But whatever was created in that, in that short period of time holds huge significance to you. But you don't have access to it anymore. So it just remains a legacy. And you know, I feel like all those faces are the true emotions. You know, they say that there's 7 stages of the grieving process. And I feel like all those faces are the different emotions and struggles you had to go through with this. But to everyone else, and at the end of the day, it was about faking it till you make it. So it's like you see this girl in the middle, you know, and her eyes are kind of just empty. Not that she's a bad person, but it's like, I really wore my heart on my sleeve, and not only did they stab it, they had the audacity to twist the knife too, you know, type of thing. And or these other women can be family or friends around you, supporting you through this time, empathizing with you, okay? Whatever it was a big deal. And that's why I feel strongly about, like, the second I saw the word legacy, I saw a child. And in front of her, it's like she's got a photo book or a notebook. Like, I feel like this was a short thing you had with someone, but like if a child came from it, that's still your child. But somehow, like, this person's so cold-hearted, you have no access to that child. That's your legacy. That is half your child. You know? That's just wrong. Kids are not meant to be used as ammunition. And take it how it resonates, you know. This could be so many types of situations. Those are just two that popped into mind that I can give you kind of the energy of what this is. And then the other two clarifying cards. Now these are, we have the Queen of Pentacles, ambition, and the Knight of Wands, desire. But they're also the major cards for the symbols still get me sometimes. I know that's Sagittarius and funky ass. Oh, Capricorn. That's the one who did it right there. So, literally, this Queen of Pentacles, I don't like this energy. Now, I didn't catch it because these cards are laid out a little bit different. But yeah, this is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is Capricorn energy. Okay, this is just like I was saying. This person that you went through this with, it was like they got a kick out of being cruel to you. Like they literally had ambition over it. It got them off. Like, how sick is that? How does that even make sense to do someone that you're supposed to love like that, you know? Not cool. So, yeah, I think this card is just symbolizing the energy and characteristics that that person has, which is very manipulative, narcissistic, cruel, and they will literally do things, play these games, do these cruel things just for fun, like it's a game. Like you're not human and it's a game. But then, yeah, and so then we had, the last one we have coming out is the Knight of Wands. So, now this I do feel like, this could be a actual person that was in your life at this time. Not the person that did this, but more of like a person that was a Sagittarius, or could have been a Sagittarius. They don't have to be. They could just have that type of energy. And it's like, it pissed them off so bad, almost like it happened to them, because they cared about you so much. So this could have been like a best friend or a parent, a mother figure, father figure, brother, sister, somebody that's like, oh, hell no. Like, you ain't doing my family member like that, or you ain't doing my best friend like that. You want to talk all this shit and start all this stuff, well, you better go wash your hands, honey, because they are dirty. And you want to play? I can play. I mean, you see that, like, anger in her eyes, and just, she's got her bow and arrow ready. I feel like this is energy of your support system, just like I was saying with the other that other card with the many faces. I felt like for a group of Pisces, that was stages of the grieving process, and the other group, I felt like it was people that were there to support you through that, because that was not a cool thing at all, like at all. I'm surprised that like justice didn't come up for that, because I'm really feeling that for that. So and then moving forward, so that was 2, 3, 4. So these two cards came out for you, Pisces, for like wishes that you have that you want to receive, okay? And I mean, you got the Sun. That is a beautiful, beautiful energy. The Sun is all about your wishes coming true. And especially if you continue to follow your intuition like you are, or at least that the spread is showing most of you are, you're going to have that in which you wish come true, because the divine's backing you up, and they have no problem you know, making sure you're warm and safe and you're full of vital life and energy. It's just, it's happiness, it's success. And then here we go again. With it comes the Four of Wands, unity. The Four of Wands, like I explained earlier, that thing that you did not like, that's gonna bring you so much happiness, like I was saying. And if someone were to ask you like a month ago, yeah, would you ever see yourself like, you know, settling down and having the family life, be like, hell no. But this is the I want to say this is the third time that, no, I could have sworn I saw it somewhere else. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was in, no. Well, maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Well, anyways, you have it twice. You have the Four of Fire here, like we talked about earlier. And that was, you know, one of your biggest challenges. And then we have the Four of Wands here, which is the exact same thing. And as much as you feel like you don't have the ability to bring your wall down far enough to have a happy home life and, you know, have the whole wife, husband, kids, dog, you know, family outings, just that family bond, that family unity. It's the one thing that you, Pisces, I'm speaking to specific people out there, I can feel it intuitively. It's the one thing you well, no, I don't want to put it like that. It's the one thing that you try to guard yourself from. Like how I was saying earlier, how it's like, no, I'm staying one deep. I'm just focusing on me. Like, fuck guys, fuck bitches. Like, I ain't ever going back. I already tried that. And we saw how many cards came out in that distance pass. And remember, I was saying I think this is the key to that blockage. I already tried that. I ain't doing it. And again, before I even drew the cards and did meditation on you, Pisces, Spirit made it very clear that there was an invitation or attraction. Smell of blood to the shark. You know that it's real. You know it's authentic. You know it's genuine. You probably already know the person that you can see yourself doing it with. And you avoid it and keep pushing it away. But something in February triggers it. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, like, why do I keep, like, did somebody hijack my brain? Somebody, like, why am I thinking about, like, family outings, and, or you could be out in public and you watch, like, a family out together and your heart just lights up. It's that one thing that would mean so much to you in your heart, that would bring you so much contentment, peace, abundance, like healing from the inside out. Because you know you're not just going to settle for no one. You're going to settle for someone that, and that's why I say you probably already know them. Because I'm pretty sure it's somebody that maybe was a little bit further along in their journey than you and already knew as well, but they knew it was going to take you just a little bit, but a lot of time before you finally saw the bigger picture. And like I said, in the beginning, you know, you were going to have some ego deaths, definitely have some lifetime changes to make it happen, but, I mean, there's your wish come true. There's your warmth, your comfort. That empty and coldness that you feel, it's like the pink elephant in the room, but it's like inside you. You try to avoid it. Really, that's what this is. But you're so afraid it doesn't exist. All the way back from your childhood to the very first time you tried to give it a chance. So you thought, I tried, it didn't work out, must not exist. But you got it here, and I think you're gonna go for it. You're gonna do it, and you are gonna be a whole new person, like a whole new person. Not that you're not perfect the way you are, but it's like one of my favorite quotes. I know I'm so goofy because I'm big on quotes and music, and literally I wanted to have a theme song for every sign when I did the readings, and ended up getting in trouble, but I still don't know how people play songs. But they wouldn't let me post my video. I don't know. But anyways, you know, so, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So, one of my favorite quotes is, you know, the divine loves you just the way you are, but they also love you too much to keep you that way. So that's why we're constantly going through tower moments that break us down, and we feel like things are just shattering everywhere, and how did we deserve this, and blah blah blah. But it's not a punishment, it's a spiritual growth. And I do have to say, Pisces, y'all are kind of lucky in this one, because everybody's getting a tower moment. Everyone's getting a tower moment. When they get it, I don't know. I know when I did, you know, the Gemini reading, most of them have had theirs. And I kind of feel like, even though the Tower card hasn't come up, I feel like you guys are kind of, well, no, you're about to go through a tower moment, but the neat thing about y'all's tower moment is there's so much unconditional love from the universe and spirit behind it, which there is for everybody. You know what? I'm sorry, I take that back, because even with Gemini, or even my own tower moment, you know, I already had mine, and I hope, even though they're not bad, but it's still, we still don't want them, but you can't resist them. That's why I'm like, I hope that's it. But I guess I take that back, because there's beauty in all of it. That's why there is the yin and the yang. That's why we need dark and we need light. And one's not to say, you know, that dark is bad and light is good, or light is bad and dark is good, because it all just depends on what purpose needs to be served. Or what needs to be freaking taken down and rebuilt. And so, but this is just so deep, you know, and actually this is probably, yeah, this is one of the longest readings I've done. But that's okay. Anyways, so moving forward, you know, I really think you guys are gonna do this.
Are you almost done?
In a minute, baby. Oh, that went with up there. So now, let's see, we are at, so, like, So with these, you know, your thoughts, your attitude, your position on this whole thing. Again, 2 cards came out. We got the 2 of Swords, okay? So confusion, there's some confusion there, okay? But again, I can see so many symbols in y'all's reading. It's crazy, and it's even different decks. This is crazy. But again, I think this goes back, this 2 of Swords, this confusion right here, this goes back to the very beginning of the reading when I said you were you know, having to leave behind one lifestyle that you thought was serving you as the King of Pentacles, which are things of this world. And then we have the Death card in between. So, you know, that ego dying, that part of you dying, and you being willing to, not getting caught up on the genders here, but take on this Queen of Swords energy. Because that's the type of energy you need right now to serve your higher good. Sitting in that King of Pentacles, yeah, maybe it's worked for the past however many years, but it ain't working anymore, boo-boo. So there's definitely confusion, like and so I feel like that's what this represents, those 2 different positions or ways of identifying yourself, because you can appreciate, which is a good thing, the beauty and the benefits in both sides, you know, the Swords and the Pentacles. And the other card with that is completion, the world. Okay, it's like as soon as you work through this that we've all talked about, and you accept and work through your confusion, you know, and you're able to understand that this worked for me, you know, during this time, and now this is what serves me, this part of me. And then at that point, you know, you've completed that cycle. And the world is your oyster. I mean, it's yours. You did the work. And you know, from this picture, I really feel like, you know, she has her hand on her heart. I think this is showing, like, wow, I didn't realize how big of a black hole I had in my heart. and how thick and tall of a wall I really did build up. And now that I went through all that self-work and reflection and choices, that hole's no longer there, that wall's no longer there. I actually feel like I know who I truly am. That self-love that I was talking about. And that's your light. That love is your light. That's why it's so important. And that's what's behind the meaning of that annoying cliche that you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself first. Really, it's because we need our authenticity and we need our self-love and we need that all to be organic. We worked for it, we kept it, we stood for it, we fought for it. Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. And once you've done that, the way that the divine provides you with a person to love, or even if they don't provide you with a person to love right away, but they provide you with situations or scenarios that they know are gonna make you feel safe, warm, content. And I think that's, you know, all these animals, elephant, tiger, butterfly, hummingbird, alligator, deer, snail.
Why are you wasting the med kits?
I really think that
Don't waste your med kit. No,
all
stop.
those animals
You wasted it.
resemble a type of energy and a type of transformation. I mean, aside from the fact that these are animals that are in the world, but I really think the symbolic meaning behind it is just like animals do. Well, not necessarily just like animals do, but it's like you've had to take on what you would consider each of these animals to stand for. Like, you know, you've had to take on courage like a tiger. You've had to take on finding peace within yourself like a hummingbird. You've had to take on transformation like a caterpillar to a butterfly. And that's when you're left with the word completion. The cycle is complete. And what's better than that, you know? So now how others are viewing you or how others see you, which I don't really jive with this one too much, because who gives a fuck about what others think or feel about you? However, I do think it's important because these others could be people that you sincerely care about. So it kind of is important to tap in with how are the people around me being affected by me and my choices, etc. And is there anything I need to be aware of, being that I'm caught up in myself? And 2 cards came out again. So you got the 1 of Cups, same thing as the Ace of Cups, okay? Fondness, and abundance, like literally hand given to you from the divine. Like, people are looking at this like the way I was, like, you know, they're looking at you with fondness, like with, wow, like that's deep. Like, look at that transformation Pisces made. Are you still even a fish anymore, Pisces? Are you even still water? Did you grow wings on us and our air now? I mean, and they find it really, really courageous, touching, inspiring, and almost, not almost, but a lot of them, you put a certain spark back in, and you made them believe again that it is possible. It is. And then the other one, see, and the energy I'm getting from this is, like I say with every spiritual awakening, ascension, letting your light shine, etc. There's going to be 2 types of people. There's going to be the haters, because they don't know, nor do they care to try to figure out their own damn light and how to stand in it, their own damn truth. And they're jealous because they think it came so easy to you. So they want to sit there and be like, well, how the fuck, you know, Pisces just got all this good shit, and, you know, I never get shit like that. And so they talk shit when little do they know all the fucking suffering and struggling you had to go through to get to that point. That is the irony in that just irks me so bad. Because it's like, yeah, I get it. Some people do get shit easy. But you know what? Easy come, easy go. That's all I gotta say about that. So, you want to brag on social media that your boyfriend of a month proposed to you and show off that ring, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. You know. And I hope the best, but reality is, what are you doing over here? Don't wake him up. What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to eat that. Sorry. But it's interesting because, like, when I look at the picture, I feel that enviness, that jealousy type of person. But this is the temperance. This is moderation. Temperance is like about balance. But anyways, here's the card. I might pull a clarifier on that one. I mean, but honestly, when I look at it, I feel that. Like, I feel like it's like she's pouring herself a drink. She's looking at you like, ugh, lovebirds, happy home life, whatever. But that is not the energy of the temperance. at all in my experience. Spirit, can you clarify this Temperance card for me?
Why are you buying smart clothes?
Interesting.
Show us the skin. Yes.
So,
What is
I had to process that one for a minute.
Well,
And where's, oh, here, there.
you cannot buy backpacks. You have to buy the skin to get the backpacks.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, of course we have those wonderful people that are fond of us, happy for us, Pisces. And then we have people that they recognize the transformation and the transition. But again, if you look at it, it's like, and you even see that one skull or skeleton, like looking up to her, the transition, because, and she's got a crown on her head of honor, because like I said, Pisces, being able to do this, to completely open your mind beyond what you currently stand in position for, is a huge challenge and reward all at the same time. And I think this card showing people have died trying to accomplish what you've accomplished, Pisces. Literally. That's why there's all those skeletons. But I also think for some of you, those skeletons can resemble all the shit that you left that didn't serve you anymore. Like I said in the beginning, that you were going to have to change certain things about your lifestyle now in order to manifest the one that's going to serve you better. And so people are definitely recognizing this transition.
Somebody's by our house. Somebody's by our house. They're gonna.
So, and yeah, that's truly what I'm picking up with this. It says moderation and temperance. And this could have been like that. This could also be the energy of that person that you attempted to do this with before, and like they find out, and they're just like bitter as fuck, jealous, and just self-indulging, instant gratification. Like, it just angers them to the bone. Because how dare you go on and be happy? I mean, really? So, and then we have the Six of Cups, you know, memories. And this I feel, because again, we have the seahorses. And so with this Six of Cups, it says memories. I'm feeling this is the energy of your soulmate.
Yeah.
And they've been waiting a long time for you. If not multiple lifetimes. Okay? And so I think this is just coming out because it's just showing you, you know, like how I was saying, others could be anyone. I feel like it's showing you how the people that care about you and are happy for you are seeing this. You know, kind of overall, and then that one just twisted ex, whatever they were, and then this cute little thing, this sweet little energy, just warm and welcoming and just positive. And I mean, that's what I heard from Spirit when I was first trying to figure this out. Like, memories. I saw the seahorse and I was like, oh, this is the soulmate. And them just being so fucking proud of you. Because they know what you had to go through, because they had to go through the same damn thing. You just didn't see it. And so they feel like they can finally come out of the water and breathe. It's like they're about ready to drown waiting on your ass. And then finally they're like, gosh, all these memories, and I'm so proud of you. I never thought I'd see this day. I didn't feel like it would click. And honestly, you didn't think it would either. But the divine does what the divine does, right? So that's good, that's good, that's good. And it's no surprise that your hopes and fears, which this is more of a fear, but this goes without saying, the Three of Swords. You're scared to death of being disappointed, making the wrong choice, and getting your heart broken the way you did, I feel, a long time ago, and it's still affecting you. So that scares the shit out of you. But you won't tell nobody that. But with that one, Pisces, I already pulled a romance angel card to clarify that. And it says, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay? So don't let whatever all that ugly shit was with your ex, okay? Don't let it put you in this Three of Swords energy. Don't. The time has come to clear your energy and let somebody love you the way you're meant to be loved. We're not getting any younger, and shit's changing. That's all I'm gonna say. And we have our outcome, Pisces. 2 hours later. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this, because this was worth the 2 hours to me. Although now I probably won't get to any other signs. I thought I was going to do more, but that's okay. They can wait. So the outcome. I'm going to save the best for last. Justice. Okay, Pisces? All that hurt, all that pain, all that ugliness that was done to you, that you've spent years, potentially, years and years and years, or it at least feels like that to you. Feeling like you got no justice and there was no equality. You didn't even get a chance to be what you went into this situation wanting to be. Well, outcome, the Lover's card. You finally get your justice, Pisces. You finally get your justice. And that justice was inside you all along. You just weren't allowing yourself to see it or accept it.
See somebody?
Yeah, that's just so pretty. And to have this come out, to have justice and the Lovers come out as your outcome, whew. Pisces, this is one of the best readings I have done. No joke. Like, so thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me spend the time to get all up in your shiznit, get real, get deep. And I really do hope that the messages I channeled, I don't take credit for them. I'm just a vessel that allows myself to be open to channel these messages to the people that need them and want them. And we get to end the note on the Lover's card. Like, compared to where we started, like, that was so beautiful. So beautiful. So, February is looking like, oh my gosh, and that's the second month. There's something about twos with y'all, I'm telling you, I feel it. And maybe it's as simple as you being so about one and then realizing it's okay for there to be two. You can even make them combine to be multiple. So, before we go, since it's already been 2 hours anyways, I just want to pull, this is a very, wonderful, wonderful shaman oracle deck. And I like to always at least pull one of these cards for every reading I do. And I specifically read the message from the guidebook, which I don't normally do. But it's so powerful that I have to let it speak for itself. So, and basically, you know, you can use this card, this message, just as a very deep spiritual message that you can use for the month of February. Oh my gosh, and they're already trying to come out. Okay, hold on. Spirit, I just want to thank you for this wonderful, amazing reading that I was able to bring forth to Pisces for the month of February. And I just want to ask you, as we close out, for a final message of advice, wisdom, truth, anything you feel that they need to know before we close out. I thank you in advance, and this is for my Pisces in the month of February. Pisces in the month of February. What do my Pisces, what can my Pisces benefit from most from the Shaman Oracle? Advice from the ones that truly keep us connected to Source. Remind us of our authenticity, our organicness, our oneness and individuality, along with our unity with one another, restoring humanity. Thank you, Spirit. And they gave you 2 cards too. I told you, Pisces. Alright. So I'm going to try to get through these. Not to rush, but it's getting late and the kiddos are wanting mama. And I'm wanting kiddos. Not that I don't love y'all. Okay, Pisces. So the first one we got for the month of February, Beauty Way. Okay, Beauty Way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, You point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. The Beauty Way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind, gentle way. Stop trying to fix relationships that you believe are broken. Recognize that things are exactly as they need to be in this moment, and acknowledge the inherent beauty in that. When you understand this, you will be able to bring about the change you want. Do not engage in gossip about the darkness and flaws of others. Be careful not to be seduced by the superficial beauty of a project or relationship you're toying with, unless you're willing to pay for the price later. It's the Beauty Way. Man, these are always so good. And then 38, the Mystical Shaman. Spirit is definitely loving up on y'all. Alright. So, the Mystical Shaman. This is the symbol of the myth maker and the storyteller, who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or to become too attached to the experience. Pisces, what transformation did you talk about? That King of Pentacles. This is a symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have a manner of spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestation are possible. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there was no need to explain you to anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. That is what I have for you, Pisces. I send you much, much love and light. If you have any questions, or even though I'm sure I went over enough details, but if you would like to get some clarification, extend this, or get a personal reading, a more in-depth personal reading, just put your email in a comment box below and I will personally respond to you and we will go from there. That's just how I have it set up right now. And that's what seems to work the best in the moment. I give y'all huge props. I'm so thrilled, so excited for y'all, and y'all better, because I promised you a home warming gift. So if any of this resonated, and especially if any of this manifests, y'all better be putting that shit in them comments down there. I want to know. This is beautiful, powerful. This was a kick-ass reading, and I am so glad I got to share it with y'all. So much love and light, and I will see ya